Hello everyone, I invite you to every Wednesday review of the cryptocurrency market. Let's start by checking what's happening on the BTC to USDT chart on a 4-hour time frame. As we can see, the price has been moving in the sideways trend channel for a long time. But currently we can mark with the yellow line, the local downtrend line with which the price is fighting. Now let's move on to the support line, and as you can see, the first support that held the price at the current correction is $16,583. If the support is broken, then the next support is at $16,078, while the third support is at $15,461, which is below the lower limit of the channel, but it is also the place of the last price low. Looking the other way, also using fib retracement, we will check the places where the price should subdue the resistance when the increases begin. As we can see, the first resistance is at $16,763, the second resistance is at $17,077, the third resistance is at $17,325, and the fourth resistance is at $17,576. As we can see, the entry into the local correction was preceded by the crossing of the green line moving average from above, through the red line. Looking further, we see that the volume is at low levels with a predominance of candles on the seller's side. The CHOP index indicates that most of the energy has been used for the current correction. The MACD confirms the local downtrend, while the RSI is recovering and is currently at quite low levels, which may potentially bring the price up. As the second in today's statement, we will check the ETH chart, also on the 4-hour interval. Let's start by marking the sideways trend channel with the white lines. While locally we can use the yellow line to determine the local uptrend line from which the price came down. As for the places of support for ETH in the deepening correction quote, we can see that first we have a support zone where the price is currently from $1,214 to $1,181. However, if the price goes lower, we have another support at $1,134, and then at the price of $1,075, at the lower border of the channel and at the last low of the price. Looking the other way, we can similarly determine the passing of resistances, and here we see that we have the first resistance at $1,227, the second at $1,252, the third at $1,274, and the fourth resistance at $1,308. It is worth noting that the volume from the last few days is very low with a predominance of red candles. On the CHOP index, we see that most of the energy has been used. the MACD indicates a local downtrend, while on the RSI we see a rebound towards the lower end of the range, which may indicate an impending price increase. Next on today's chart is BNB to USDT on a one-day timeframe. First of all, it is worth defining the sideways trend channel. While locally we can mark the downtrend channel with blue lines. Now let's move on to marking the support that we should take into account when the price starts to fall. And here we see that we have the first support at the price of $229.70, but if the price drops lower, we have the next support at the price of $183.80, which is the place of the previous price low. Looking the other way, we can see where the price should break resistance when it rises. The first resistance is at $261.90, the second at $287.70, the third at $309.20, and the fourth at $329.70. As we can see, the current correction started when the red moving average line crossed the green line from above. We can see that the volume is at very low levels. The CHOP index indicates that the energy is slowly starting to rise. The MACD indicates that we are entering a local uptrend, while the RSI is at very low levels, which may indicate an upcoming price increase. Last in today's chart we have DOT in a pair to USDT on a one-day interval. We will start by identifying with the help of the white trend line, which the price must overcome in order for the price to continue to rise. Then, using the blue lines, we can determine the downtrend channel in which the DOT price is currently moving. Now we can mark a strong support at $3.75. While locally using the trend-based fib extension tool we can mark additional support at $4.24 and the next support at $3.31. As for the places of resistance, we see that the first resistance is at $5.56 when the price goes up, the next resistance is at $6.36, then at $6.99 and $7.63. In addition, we can mark the zone from $4.44 to $4.72, which the price must break first. As we can see, the volume is at a very low level with a predominance of red candles. The CHOP index indicates that the energy is heavily depleted. The MACD indicates that we have an attempt to change the trend to an uptrend, while the RSI is moving at the lower end of the range, which may also indicate an upcoming price increase. Technical analysis is provided by a third party and for informational purposes only. It does not reflect the views of CryptoDaily, nor is it intended to be used as legal, tax, investment, or financial advice.